Hi everyone, welcome to Sweetie Hearty Thoughts. I hope you're all well. Today, I want to take you through a very personal chapter of my life, my journey in Australia from coming here as an international student to becoming a permanent resident. It's a story full of struggles, loneliness, unexpected turns, and finally a happy ending filled with strength and power. Before coming to Australia, I had around 8 years of experience working in IT in my home country, and I was already married. Both me and my husband are the key supporters in our families. So we dreamt of going abroad, exploring the world, growing financially, and securing a better life. We initially tried to apply PR directly, but the process was very slow back then. That's when we heard about the student pathway, which might be a quicker option uh, to get a permanent resident if we are determined enough. After a lot of thoughts, we chose Australia. I'll talk about this topic in my further videos, like why we chose Australia over other countries. Let me just explain my journey in this video. Since my husband already had a post-graduation degree, I decided to do masters in IT, and I also thought it might be a break for me from my routine work life. So in November 2018, I landed in Melbourne alone without doing much research, without a solid plan, because it all happened all of a sudden because the college is taking enrollments and we applied for visa and it was granted so quickly. And I was working back in my home country, so I haven't done much research regarding Australian education and the job opportunities, like how the life of student will be in Australia. So our plan is like once I come here, if I get into any job, my husband can accompany me in some more months so that we are we can manage our finances properly, so that he can resign his job once I'm settled here and he got his visa as a student dependent. Soon after reaching Australia, I got to know that the student dependents can work full time in any industry, not only in IT. So that gave us confidence, and we applied for my husband's student dependent visa immediately, like within a month. But life had other plans. The processing time suddenly increased from 3 months to 11 months after we applied for my husband's student dependent visa. During this wait time, I applied for his visitor visa so that at least he could join me for some days and explore Australia. So he could come here for around 20 days, and we were thinking that his student dependent visa will be granted soon. But after 11 months, we received heartbreaking news that his dependent visa was refused. Despite clearly stating in SOP GTE that we were married, and but there is a mistake happened from my agent's side. Like, we can't completely blame them, but they forgot to select an option. There is an option called, is there anyone accompanying you in future? For that, the agent selected no instead of yes. For that reason, my husband's visa was refused. We tried to appeal, but nothing worked. So my husband was suggesting me that I can return home if I cannot manage alone. As the initial months were a bit stressful here, because whatever job I apply, like I used to apply for IT jobs initially, thinking that I might get any job because of my previous experience. But as I came as a student, there are some work restrictions, like I can work only 48 hours a fortnight. So I used to get refusal emails stating that we cannot consider your application at the moment. Please try later, or something like this. So after seeing all these things, my husband was asking me to come back, but I don't want to give up so quickly. I I learned barista courses, trying like did some coffee making courses, walked into restaurants, fuel stations, cafes, anywhere I could work for a job. Finally, I got a job in hospitality as a food service ambassador in a hospital. I'm still deeply grateful for that job because it helped me survive and pay my college fee and stay independent. Managing assignments, cooking, cleaning, working, and emotional stress was overwhelming. I didn't even have a car, so I used to rely only on public transport at odd hours, which was very tough and exhausting. But even then, I don't want to give up. So I told my husband that I want to complete my studies because I was already in my third semester when we heard about my husband's visa refusal. So I would like to finish off my studies. I told him that I'll finish off my studies and we both can apply together for temporary residency visa if he can join me as a visitor. But the one thing is like he cannot work as a visitor. That is okay for us because it's only for a couple of months. But by then COVID hit and he can't even come as a visitor. So I had to apply for my temporary residency visa alone. And then I finished all the necessary things like joining into professional year course, completing a NATI, PTE, and also I got my driving license in my first attempt. And I got into IT job in my first, it was successful in my first attempt. Selected in the first interview, I appeared. So then after some months, I applied for my husband's temporary resident visa, but it got granted, but he cannot come to Australia because of the border restrictions. Finally, he joined me in December 2021. Almost 3 years, we were not together. Seeing him again after so long was emotional, but soon reality hit us again. After like we because our visa is about to expire in October 2022, but my husband came in December 2021. So if we don't get any other visa in time, we would have to leave Australia. The pressure was intense. So I started exploring other options like employer sponsorships, PhDs, COVID visa, and many other options. I was exploring all the other visa options so that we can stay here for a while. And as I did all the things from my side and I applied for permanent residency like EY, expression of interest, ROI, request for interest, and all. So finally, uh, I got invitation for PR in August 2022. Was so happy, and the nomination got approved in a week in September 2022, September first week, and finally I got permanent residency in Jan 2023. And we both applied together for permanent residency, and we were so happy. And that day, I felt like I was breathing freely after years of suffocation. This journey taught me that life will throw challenges again and again, but facing them with courage and faith can turn pain into power. I entered Australia as a student, survived as a fighter, and then stayed here as a permanent resident. Today, I'm stronger, braver, and more fearless. I'm not even afraid of death because I feel like I truly lived my life and fought through even like whatever storm it came across with a smile. Uh, Please remember, your journey may be hard, but it is shaping you into someone unbreakable. Don't give up. Keep going. Miracles do happen. Thank you for listening to my story. And if you like my personal journey, please give a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And in my upcoming videos, I would like to do something about Australia, Australian visas, or things to know before coming to Melbourne, or interesting things about Australia and any other cooking related interest, interesting recipes. I just wanted to share something which makes me feel positive and inspiring. Thank you all.